Okay, let's try this out. We're doing another PL300 lab. Uh, this is inside of Build Power BI Visuals and Reports, Perform Analytics in Power BI, and this lab is about performing advanced analytics with AI visuals. I'm going to start up the lab, bring the lab over here, maybe resize it just a smidge so you can see my face too. There, my face. Okay. We probably have to be logged in here before the files will lap. Before the files will load. I think the files should be here. I think I tried to load it previously. Let's see what happens. Right, so you have to download these files. Oh, didn't like it. This is my second time in the lab, so I think the files are here. I think we're golden. Hit that fit window to machine button, make everything peachy. And we're going to go to app.powerbi.com. That's the service, that's as opposed to Power BI Desktop. And try and log in here. Let's see if it will let me or if it gets mad. We just haven't had much luck with this part of it, and I have no idea why. Oh, lucky me. I guess it's working. Don't save that. I guess. Hooray me. So I go to my workspace. See the old sales analysis report, right? So I am logged into my actual Co-Optimize account, and a previous lab has been saved or published right to my workspace in my Co-Optimize area. So that's what's there. We're all logged in now. Let's move along with what we're trying to do. Step one, right? Create a semantic model. My workspace, select, upload, browse. Okay, right here, upload. Let's go to the D drive, D drive, not the C drive, the D drive. Little music humor. All right, labs 8. We want to look at the starter, sales analysis. That looks like what we had before. Do I want to replace it? Yeah, sure. All this is just dummy stuff. Suppose since we're going along the sales analysis report that I had, semantic model rather that I had was probably about the same as where we are. Okay. Why did I do this though? Okay, if you aren't using the workspace spec practice, suggest you delete the unnecessary file. Okay, okay, so it's saying that's fine. I'll accept that. Create the report. So now we're going to go into Power BI Desktop, not the service, desktop, and have a look around. In the home ribbon, we're going to get data from the semantic model. We're going to get it from the report that we just downloaded to the service. I think so. All right, let's see what that means. Do I have to log in for that to work? It hasn't said to log into the desktop version. We'll just see what happens. Get data, Power BI semantic model, data, get data. I have a Power BI. Get data, Power BI semantic models. Am I blind? No, maybe it's under more. Was I supposed to be in the data hub? Okay, create a live connection to the semantic model created in the last task. Then we're going to create a new sales exploration report. Okay. So we are opening Power BI Desktop. Great. It's saying, I guess if we, in the home ribbon, select Get Data, Power BI Semantic Models. In the home ribbon, Get Data. What's in the Data Hub? I think Semantic Models has been rebranded as Data Sets. Let's just double check that. Microsoft has renamed Power BI data set content to semantic model. Okay, so it should be called semantic model, but it is, for whatever reason, in our dev box, it is a data set still. Glad we could avoid that confusion. And let me check, just so I keep me honest. We say semantic model. Where's my definition of what is a semantic model? I believe the semantic model is the data and then also the relationship of the data. Manage semantic models. First, configure. Data sets and data flows. Maybe I would find it as model. We'll see. Not seeing the word semantic anywhere. Tasks updated, roles, overview. All right. Well, we'll pin that as a question for later. But basically, I guess just clarifying what is a semantic model would be good. It's like a basic thing, and I'm pretty sure it just means it's the data, the connections to the data, and then also the relationship between those connections. Okay, so let's see. Does not like this, huh? Let's see, let's close Power BI Desktop. Reopen Power BI Desktop. Let's see if we have more success. Data Hub window. It's like I feel like I would need to be logged in here as well. Error occurred. Okay. Error occurred again. It's going to make it hard to do this stuff, huh? Okay, well, let's just open it from here. Maybe we can open the report in Power BI Desktop and just work that way. Oh, okay, just cancel and don't log in. That was what we were trying to do the whole time. Okay. Guess that's all we had to do, huh? See if it'll let me sign in here. That didn't seem to do much. Okay. Well, I'll just create a new page. Pretend that the rest of this isn't here. And we'll just kind of do things instead of page one reporting on the model. Except it's frozen. Dude, not real successful, huh? I froze the whole thing. Oh, it's angry. It's very angry. This is supposed to be a short lab. Well, we can make it to here. Power BI Desktop just thinking. Not responding. Cool. Ooh, maybe we're back unable to sign in. Okay. Cool. Don't sign in. See if I care. So we're going to make page one the, I'm going to call it scatter chart. Double click here. Chart. We're going to add a scatter chart. This one's scatter chart. Boop. And then it says make it big. Make it the whole page big. Okay. Suit yourself. Then it says put in reseller business type. X-axis. Wait. I guess that was just using business type as an example. I'm not sure. Wait, what are the values supposed to be? It's got X, Y, legend, size. Am I having trouble reading this? Oh, add the following visual. Well, there it is. All right. Reseller business type, yeah. Reseller is the table, business type is the field. But I guess that was just an example. Or, I don't know. I guess I'm tired. So we got sales. We want sales and profit margin. Sure. Sales on the X, profit margin on the Y. Business type clearly isn't what we want in that value just yet. Legend should be reseller business type. Reseller business type. No. Goes here. Size should be sale quantity. And the play axis should be the date by quarter. Okay. So what does this mean? We've got x-axis is sales. In the filter card, it says filter for bikes. Okay. Where's the, oh, over here. Where do I want to filter? Filter pane. Over in the filter pane, we are filtering. On this page, we're filtering for bikes. Or I guess just on the visual. The visual is the page. It really doesn't matter. Let's go product category. We got them bikes. But not there. We want it here. Let's try that again. Category. No, just bikes. So I'm going to control, zoom in just a little bit. We got specialty bike shop, value added reseller, and warehouse. Business type. I believe that's because those are our business types, right? Our business type, yeah, value added reseller. So the legend has business type, and then really has a lot of information related to that. Control, let me zoom in again. You can see business type, sales, profit margin, quantity, quarter, basically all the data that makes up this point. And we can understand that sales, right? So 500,000 in sales moves it along the x-axis, 500,000, so it's in between the 0 and the million. Profit margin is negative, right? So you see that means we're losing money on those sales. And then we see it for this quarter, and we're filtered for the bikes. And so because this has a play axis, we should be able to right animate the chart and see it go turn by turn. Let me click in this, zoom out just a little bit, in just a little bit. Let's collapse some of these filters so we can see the fun part, right? Which is that if you look quarter by quarter, we can press play. It shows you these trends that. So we have some. Is it repeating? No. 2018. 2019. Not as good. Back in the positive. Ooh, bad thing happened in 2020. Still kind of negative all through 2020. Because that's COVID years, so that probably makes sense. Let's run it again. Just track one dot. We can see that right, its size relates to the quantity. And its size never really increases. Is that so? But it's not. I wonder if quantity doesn't line up. It's not quantity per quarter, it's just quantity total. Because the sizes seem pretty fixed, despite the the quarter dance. Oh well. What does it say? The scatter chart allows us to understand the measure values simultaneously. In this case, order quantity, sales revenue, and profit margin. Each bubble represents a reseller business type. Changes in the bubble size reflect increased or decreased order quantities. Let's see, I mean, yeah, the sizes don't seem to change, but that's fine. Okay, when the animation stops, select one of the bubbles to reveal its tracking over time. Oh, that's kind of cool. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, it's a bit confusing because of all the overlap in values. Doesn't really tell a clear story to me, but kind of nifty. It says save the file. Oh, okay. So it says, look, do it for clothes. You can do or right now it's filtered for bikes. Instead of bikes, we could say, give me clothes. And suddenly the story looks very different because things zigzag this way. I'm trying to think of why, it's visually appealing, but I'm trying to think of how I would make better decisions based on this data. It's hard for me to think about. I guess if the trends were clearer, I'm not really, it's hard for me to pull out a real trend in this, but it's okay. We're not really caring about it being useful. We're caring about it as a visual. So that's cool. All right, now we're going to create a forecast. Let's get the forecast visual, which is right below our bar charts. It's the line chart. Sorry, not our forecast visual, our line chart visual. Get that guy out here. And make it real big. I don't know the best way to make it real big, but that's fine. Okay, we got a real big visual. And an x-axis, we want the date. Classic place to put classic value for the x-axis, right? And for the y-axis, we want sales. Okay, ooh, looks like a voice thing. All right, and the filters add date year. So we want to be able to filter by year. Get that? Okay, we're going to bring the year filter in to the filters on this page area. So year filter goes here. And then we could say, give me just fiscal year 2019, right? If we've done, yeah, fiscal year 2019. This is sales for every day. Okay. Then we can go to the analytics page, expand the forecast section. Okay. Guess we're going to toggle it on. Yep, toggle it on. It says, okay, this is what we think it's going to be. We want units, points. So units should be months. Forecast length. One month. Seasonality. 365. Conference interval. 80% conference interval. Ignore the last. It says don't put anything there. Okay. You said apply that. Okay. interesting. So in the line visual, notice the forecast is extended 1 month beyond the historical data. Yep. The gray area represents the confidence. The wider the confidence, the less stable, and therefore the less accurate the forecast is likely to be. Now, the length of the cycle, in this case annual, you should enter the seasonality points. Sometimes it will be weekly or monthly. Okay. In the filters pane, choose clothing only. You notice that it produces a different result. Filters pane. Over on overview. What are we selecting for? Well, if I click here, is that linked? We should be able to link it, right? We would just have to make sure that we sync our slicers. Sync slicers. I don't have a slicer on this page. Okay, so I want to look at this forecast, right? So if we had 80% confidence interval, it goes up there. If we have a tighter confidence interval, what's going to happen? Say I want a 95% confidence interval. See, I didn't really see. I don't understand why it would have basically the upper and lower bound would be exact. I would expect a range for the upper and lower bound. That's more the type. I mean, that's the. Okay. I've got daily data. Because I have to zoom in for each day. Like it's real misleading to have a line like this. So each day, I mean, yeah, so this would be my critique is it's very tempting to say just use the forecast, but it's hard to analytically appreciate what is being forecast. I guess maybe if we compare the day-to-day data, we're getting the same values. Let's see, we'd have 365. So I think it's just saying, it's just trying to recreate July's data because there's 365 points and it's saying, oh, all the values that we have for July of last year are this. Okay, that would make sense. It's basically saying that from the data that we have, the only value we have is like this point. So if we were to say, well, what do you think July 1 of next year is going to be? You would say it's going to be 43,000, which is right, July 1, because you only have 1 point of reference. And so it's probably not good. It's not a good heuristic, right? Let's see, if we select everything, okay, that would make sense because now it's doing maybe an average or something. It's probably just taking the high and low of the previous years. Well, I guess not really the previous years, but it would be looking at, let's say, July for each of the data points. I guess that's what the seasonality is doing. It's trying to compare like with like for those over that cycle that you've defined as a annual cycle. And we should see, right, if you try and increase the confidence, the gray is going to get a lot bigger, right? If you try to do 99% confidence interval, gray is going to get a lot bigger. So that makes sense. But still, part of this is what distributional assumptions are you making to come up with this forecast? I don't know how you play with that. This sort of has dumbed down the statistics into a visual, but I worry that with something like this, you might not appreciate the nuances in what you're forecasting right away. So buyer beware. You can make a forecast line, but it's only as good as the data that you have and the assumptions that you make along the way. I'll leave you with that. All right, we're going to end the lab. Call this a success. We'll sign off, and we'll get together for another one soon. Bye.